So here's my dad, here's my grandma, and here is my cousin Zach. All right, let me get everything set up here. Here we go. Okay, so wait a minute. Zachary, what are you doing?
Practicing my cursive, Kyle.
You're practicing your cursive.
Yep.
I'm really so you think cursive is important?
I do.
That's actually pretty cool because I do too. I think cursive is pretty important. You know, it's a frequently asked question today. Should cursive writing still be taught in schools today? So despite most people believing that cursive writing is old and outdated, it still has relevance and it still has many benefits, such as it allows you, or it helps you use your whole brain. It allows you to retain more information and also helps expand your spelling and your vocabulary. So today we're going to get into the case for cursive. So before we get into any of the benefits or any of the, like how it's relevant in today's society, we're going to get into the definition and what truly is cursive. So when I think of cursive, I think of script letters. I think of them connecting, the letters connecting to each other. So that's pretty much all that cursive is. As you can see, they have like a little bit of overhang to where they could connect to the next letter. It's compared to block letters. Well, it's not compared. It's contrasted from block letters. As you can see, the outline very bold, not connected to one another. Cursive is often used to write faster, and it's also used just in everyday life. It's supposed to be an everyday handwriting. So here's a little bit in the history of cursive. So we find an increase in the cursive writing. So cursive really increased with the fall of the Roman Empire. So with this increase in cursive, also had an increase in the emergence of monasteries, where monks spent their lives to transcribing Christian writings. As you can see, this top right corner, this is a picture of the fall of the Roman Empire, or a depiction of it. Here's the continued history of it. The cost of paper increased later in the Middle Ages, which prompted people to try to fit more words on a page. So the cost of paper, so during this time, people often wrote in a larger font, and they took up more space when they were writing letters and such. So when cursive came along, this allowed them to fit more words on a page, which ended up saving them money in the long run. And this picture up here is actually a depiction of the Middle Ages. All this history and all this information comes from study.com and tdn.com. Now, here's probably one of my favorite parts of the presentation, cursive statistics. So people were polled. It says, in your opinion, how important are cursive writing skills? Now, Zachary, I know you already said you thought it was important. Nini, which is the name for my grandma, that's what I call my grandma, is Nini. So if you hear me refer to her as Nini, you know who I'm talking to. So Nini, in your opinion, how important are cursive writing skills?
I think it's important.
So you side with 39.7% of the people polled in this poll.
I do.
Okay. Why do you think it's so important?
Because I still use it for my signature.
Oh, okay. So you still write checks?
I do.
Okay. So she uses her signature on her checks. So she still uses it on a day-to-day basis, she would say. Now, Dad, in your opinion, how important are cursive writing skills?
Not important.
Not important.
No.
Well, why do you think that?
Because with the ever-expanding technology nowadays, most communication is done through email or text messages or some other electronic device.
You know, when I was researching cursive statistics and how important people really thought it was, that was one of the main cons to cursive, is that we don't need it anymore. Technology's taking care of it. Technology takes care of everything these days. So, here's some stats of how technology is, in my opinion, hurting us in the long run rather than helping us. So nowadays, it says it's less about putting pen to paper and more about turning on your laptop. So 25 to 33% of children are struggling with their handwriting. So, and then 20% of the children use text to speak when writing. So this is actually hurting children rather than helping them, as I stated before. And 33% of adults have difficulty reading their own handwriting. Now, if you don't mind me asking, do you have trouble reading your handwriting?
No.
Okay, so he's not part of this 33%, but that still is a big portion. It's still 1/3 of the people polled in this poll. So now we're going to get into cursive is in danger. This is the whole point of the presentation, is that cursive is in danger. And it's mostly due to this right here, Common Core Standards. This is a new program or like curriculum going through elementary schools across the United States. It does not include cursive writing. So who's adopted these standards? 42 states across the United States have already adopted it, which represents in the blue. The District of Columbia, which is this little white circle. 4 territories, and the Department of Defense Education Activity. So these 4 right here, 4 bullet points, have already accepted these standards, and that's what's hurting us in the long run. Now, we got some benefits of cursive writing. As now I stated these before, but here we go again. Cursive allows for a flow of ideas, a flow of words, and engages your entire brain. It also allows you to concentrate on the information, aids you in the retention of your knowledge. So it allows you to be able to remember more when you're writing in cursive. It also can aid with your motor control and make you a better speller and have a better vocabulary, as I said before. Now this information comes from memoriapress.com, monteservices.com, and prweb.com. Now, recommended practice. Handwriting Without Tears is a commonly used handbook when learning cursive. It has worksheets, lessons prepared for teachers, so it's a big help, I'm sure, to teachers. This textbook advises that the kids receive at least 10 minutes of teaching per day and 5 minutes of practice per day. So in this 15-minute session, you can complete your handwriting practice for the day. So I'm sure 15 minutes isn't too much to ask out of anyone's day. I know for me, I could always spare 15 minutes just to practice my handwriting, especially when I was younger. And this information also comes from memoriapress.com, howlifeunfolds.com, and aop.com. So writing development. So children learn the fundamentals of drawing and using a writing utensil between the ages of 1 and 2. And then most children can print the whole alphabet by the time they're 6. So from the time you're 6 and then when you're younger, these are the most important ages, in my opinion, when you're looking at in terms of handwriting. This is when you're really going to form your handwriting and when it's going to perfect. So as you can see, that bottom bullet point, critical to begin developing writing skills as early as possible. This right here is the most important question of the day. What's your opinion? I know I've already asked everyone in my audience, but I want to ask you, whoever's watching this video at this time, what's your opinion? If you agree with me that it is important, that's great. If you don't, tell me why. Tell me why you don't think it's important. So, as we come to a close today, I hope you all have learned the benefits of cursive, and I hope for the people that say they don't think it's important, aka my dad, I hope that you can reconsider your idea of that cursive is not important. So with all the benefits I have presented to you today, please, please, please do not let this unique penmanship be a dying breed.